2024 is turning out to be a year Jannik Sinner will never forget. He's on top of the world right now, and he's on top of the kingdom as well, because he has won the Six Kings Slam, defeating Alcaraz in the final. That's right, Jannik Sinner gets the $6 million, beats Carlos Alcaraz 6-7, 6-3, 6-3. And like all of the matches these two play, it goes the distance. It was a really close one. Sinner, I believe, deserved it. I thought he was more consistent over the duration of the match, and the scoreline did not lie. He closed it out in really good style, was brilliant in spells of that second set. And Alcaraz had too many dips in the match, which didn't allow him to keep his level at the highest. Despite that, the fans got to see a very high level affair. It is an exhibition, but these two played it like it was a Grand Slam match. They put everything into it. You could see how competitive they were. And probably it's because of the amount of money at stake. It's going to go down in history. It is the most, or the biggest prize money in tennis history. $6 million. 6,000 is what they make probably every minute. And it's just insane, really, these kind of figures, what Jannik Sinner's been able to win here. And you can see why the players in their post-match interviews were saying, oh, we can't wait to come back next year. If His Excellency invites us, we will be there. We love the event so much. And I think the money definitely had something to say about it, which I thought was quite funny as well, because after the match, before they had the interview on court, they were just sitting there, very relaxed, having a casual chat, the two of them. Sinner with his leg crossed, and you wouldn't think that this guy has just won $6 million, but we know he is a very calm and collected customer. Talking about how calm and cold he is, well, it won't count on the head-to-head, but Jannik has now snapped a 3-match losing streak to Carlos, which I think is important. He was definitely on a bit of a bad run against Alcaraz. All year long, he's shown why he's earned the title of the best tennis player on the planet. Coldest man in the business, the king of the Six Kings Slam, and here he is. He's just so calm, and what I found strange was that he lost the tie-break. He's usually so good in tie-breaks. Alcaraz now seems to be doing all right in tie-breaks against Sinner, but there's just not much between them, and it is such a joy to watch. I'm not going to go into the details of the match too much. The highlight for me was probably just the touch from both of them, whereas usually I talk about the movement and how hard they hit the ball. I feel that's just something I say every time we watch this matchup. What I liked particularly today was just the touch. I thought coming to the net, some of the volleys, backpedaling or taking the pace off the ball was just sublime. And there's not many players in the world who can do it, if any. And yeah, I think it's a really good poster for tennis. So there's going to be a lot of people there in Saudi Arabia who have never watched much tennis before, and certainly never watched it live. So I think having the privilege of watching this one in the flesh, hopefully will do some real good things for the sport of tennis. Alcaraz, after the match, was asked about how he felt. He was asked, can you give people an idea of where you think this rivalry is going to go over the next years? It's going to be an interesting 10 years. And he said, well, I hope so. I'll practice, try as hard as I can. I'm sure Jannik is going to be there. I'll try to do my best every day during the years. Hopefully it makes this rivalry better and better over the years. I want to say I'm grateful to have been around on the tour, to have him around on the tour. Thanks to him, I push myself to the limit. I give myself 100% every day to be a better player. It's a pleasure every time I share the court with him. Sometimes it's tough to find the joy, but it's great every time I face him. And the best part about this is where he's saying sometimes it's tough to find the joy, because really he doesn't want to have to play Sinner. He would much rather avoid him, because it is the toughest man in the sport right now. Number one for a reason. And we're going to see these for definitely 10 years, I'm sure of it. You've got to remember, 21 and 23 years old and already producing tennis at this level. you'd think if certain parts of their game can improve even more, then I think they're going to pull away from the rest. And I'm not sure who else can compete. Djokovic is only getting older. And I'm not sure of some of the younger players if they're anywhere near this kind of level. Right, last one I have, and it's quite a funny one. And this is Jannik Sinner talking on the court. And he said, I wake up in the morning trying to understand the ways to beat him. And the interviewers asked, I think Andrew Castle, did you just tell us every day you wake up and think about him? Jannik paused for a while. Well, no, I mean, it would be strange, no? And you saw Alcaraz there laughing as well. But yeah, it's probably difficult to not think about Carlos Alcaraz. And I'm sure they'll be thinking a lot about each other because they're going to be facing each other in many more matches and hopefully a Grand Slam final very soon. But there we go. That is just my quick reaction of the final of the Six King Slam, the first edition. I'm sure we're going to get some more events like this in the future. Jannik Sinner, $6 million richer. He's going to be very pleased. Alcaraz didn't do bad either. And all of the other players who played made a lot of money as well. But this one is shout out to the Italian Jannik Sinner, having a fantastic year, and I think he settled the debate between him and Alcaraz on who's had better 2024. But let me know in the comment section. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you soon.